Hey Sagittarius, this is your Pisces season reading. All information to work with me one-on-one is below. I do personal readings. I'm also a life coach and I like to infuse in astrology. So I'm an astrology life coach as well as a tarot reader. And the extended version to this reading, which will be in the Patreon link below, give it about 2 days. These have been coming out pretty quick though. But who knows? Let me not speak before shit happens. Foreshadowing. We'll take a look at the cards first. I just feel like, wow. You've been going last. So I figured I just felt a pull towards your energy. This month, we have a lot of cards that have fallen and I need to fix myself. Okay. All right. So, Tower card, you saw that was out first. This could be a few different things. I'm just getting the hair out of my face, but we'll look at the cards next and we'll take a look at what that could be. Well, it almost feels like these two cards were the first two cards in the Gemini reading, so it's funny. Not the Tower, but literally in this order, these two. So for those of you who connect to that, maybe you want to check out that reading, which will come out like basically right before yours. So it's like the eclipse before the eclipse. There's a lot of cards here. Yeah. So the change that's occurring right now in your life, and for some of you it's physically, whether it's in your body, I'm gonna start with these that are out now. Whether it's in your body or passing through you, I would check on your kidneys as well. You're receiving information, whether it's your body being within disease, uncomfortable, you being sick, or physically changing your location, or something that's an awareness, an occurrence. And I want to use the Tower moment, the thunder and the lightning, as the change that's occurring before the change that will occur. So we have the Tower, the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and then we have Justice. We have the lunar eclipse in Libra at the end of the month. I get why this reading was a little bit more urgent. So, because right away all of the cards fell out, so we're just going to go with it. You really have to trust yourself in a different way right now. You have to trust that whatever you're going through, things are going to get better. You have to trust that things are going to shift. My little kitty is also sitting with us and she doesn't normally, so I think that's very sweet. You are maybe overly emotionally attached to something that unfortunately may not work out in the way that you had hoped for. There's a reason why you are not walking away from these cups. There's an attachment. We talk about this a lot now. It's interesting. But in the philosophies and in the guise of attachment, anytime you release, you'll understand why you've been resisting it, right? Whether it's something, and for a lot of people, for a lot of us, it's something greater in your life, something greater that's meant to occur. Yet you don't know what that experience is. For some of you, it's a truth. Like this, what's the news that's coming? Yes, I'm saying it in a way, but it's a little shocking. You're experiencing a very real, so if it is a health issue, I'm very sorry, but definitely if something feels off, go get it checked out. Maybe you need, or get, some things tested. It's funny because I said the same thing to Gemini. There's a lot of connections this month too. Maybe you need to drink more water. Could be just as simple as that. whatever it is, it's like flushing out, like you're getting flushed out. And the Queen of Cups is like, you can handle this. Whatever you're going through is manageable. It just may not feel that way at the moment. It may not appear that way at the moment. I'm extremely fidgety today, sorry. I want to like go down, but it's not letting me go down. You also, like, this is just also you needing to digest, perhaps, because we just had the Virgo full moon, and from now until the 25th, you'll be maybe in a deep space of understanding how your head, right? So your digestion, whatever you're digesting, has to do with your mind, your mental, and your ego, and how you connect and deal with what comes up for you in situations, and how you can finally, maybe, perhaps, you can finally see the way through, the outcome, the change. If that is something that you are wanting, of course. It's definitely connected to your ability to digest, integrate, and perceive situations, not just calm them, right? Not just people please. Not that that's something that would be very learned for you. But you can also use it as a tactic for sure. So this is just occurring to me as I read these cards for you, that these cards kind of want to jump ahead. They're like, okay, we know what's happening now. Like, shit's just changing. Okay, we're in a mutable season, and all of a sudden things are getting shifty. Things may have went left on you right away. You may be dealing with it internally and maybe presenting yourself in a certain way, very maybe Libran, very political, very just like, I'm going to just ignore and move forward. Or you're in shock and you need a moment, or you're reacting through a trauma response, perhaps. The reason why I'm saying connect with your body is because that will help, in my belief, in not that I like that to influence the cards, but it does influence my life, right? So checking in on your body will help you maybe feel through some emotions that may be coming up, which could be fear, for sure. And it's kind of warning you, because you know, and the why I say the body and the why the warning will make sense is because your body, whatever it's saying, is always communicating to a protection of some sort in the way in which you operate now. And it's almost creating a safe space for you. Well, it is creating a safe space for you to acquire this insight, right? You have to be in the right space and time and the moment to acquire the insight, or, you know, any especially joyful moments, right? It just happens. It's created. And it happens and it's created. It's both. It's like being able to lean into it and also recognize that joy is more than happiness. I just feel like there's a sense of letting go of control a little bit. And you'll see how your ego has maybe ruled over situations in the past. You'll also see where you've been maybe stubborn or hard-headed about situations, and you're being brought a similar one in order to maybe resolve this or a pattern. Why is this important? Well, you know, we're in a very intuitive space. Pisces season, then Aries season. Pisces is all emotionally intuitive, and Aries is like, okay, now I'm going to take that and just like go and figure out why I'm going after I'm going. And you can be that way, but I'd say you're a little bit more calculated to an extent. There's an emphasis on we talked about attachment, especially in the physical way, but it looks like it's more of a spiritual one. This relates to your belief system. Whatever you're experiencing may very much so connect to what you've come to believe and experience up until this point in a situation revolving how you choose to handle your life and how, if you choose to address things or not. Things are coming up to be addressed. You can choose not to, but it looks like you are being put in a position to, like, it's like the eclipse season has you cornered almost. It's like, we're here to be a part of your life and help you understand and cleanse. If you've been guided to cleanse, or you've been feeling like, or hearing people talk about it out of nowhere, it's not for no reason, you may need something like that. And because this is what I'll talk about more in the extended, but what I like to share with you is that justice, I like to relate the signs to the body parts that their ruling is. Justice is correlated with Libra. Libra is correlated with the kidneys. Kidneys, detox a lot in the bile and excrete that in the body. It's like it goes and goes and then it gets to the kidneys. So you may need a lot more water, a lot more flushing out. And then the digestion comes from Virgo, the Hermit, which is also Mercury ruled, which you really may need flexibility this month, but you also need to know where you stand, and where you realize that you're not grounded in your beliefs. That's what's going to come up. That's the direction this cardinal energy is bringing up for you. It's like, okay, you say you believe this, but this is happening. What are you going to do about it? Point blank. Are you going to address this with yourself so that we can move forward? The Hierophant and the Page of Swords are like, all right, let's get to it. If we're going to do it, we might as well do it. The Tower moment happened, and you're just kind of like, okay, everything feels like it doesn't look like it's burning on the outside, but it feels like it is on the inside, and I don't know what to do yet. Right? And then, your body sheds some light for you because, shit needs to come up. Shit needs to be weighed out. And anything you toss off the scale or add to it, you'll have a certain equation where you'll get some insight that will help. This is a very, you may at the beginning of the month feel like, okay, how? And you're just like, oh, I'm a Sagittarius, like I'm the strongest. And it's being kind of put to the test in a mental, emotional way, but my body is strong enough and has prepared me to go through this change so that through the next season, the actions will have stability. Your reading looks kind of like a tree. It's like a pyramid with a tree, like a trunk, right? A stand. You'll see it in the second part, which we'll get into. But your interactions too, like this is about how you're relating to yourself now and how that will change and adjust the way you see and interact with others, which is why this 5 of Swords is so important, because you, again, step into a situation and allow yourself to be different or see yourself in a way that's different, right? Therefore, it's possible, or you've seen other people do it. Or you go into a situation thinking one thing, and then all of a sudden you come out like, oh shit, like I need to now face something, right? You may not have shown that something triggered you, but after you had to deal with it. And then it's asking you if you're going to live it out, Ooh. Sorry, that hasn't happened in a while. If you're going to live it out. Is this going to be a decision you can follow through on? Can this be a part of your long-term plan? The Tower moment, the eclipses are doing the biggest thing of taking shit away from you, right? So if you're a Sag rising, then you will have your 11th house in Libra and your 5th house in Aries, right? So the Libra lunar eclipse will be in the 11th house, how you relate to people. You know, what's stopping you and holding you back from connecting on a more creative and fulfilling way. And how when you forgive yourself with ease, and what I love about you guys is you can forgive yourself with ease and least resistance. You're not like Virgo where they'll take it out on themselves a little, or Libra. Because you handle so much, you know you can handle it, and quickly things shift. If that's what you want. Either way, these are things that will come up to be addressed, of course. Sag, you can do this. You have the strength on your side right now. And don't worry, Mercury retrograde is coming, so anything that needs to be readdressed will be readdressed, just like that. And this is all about you moving forward and you being able to speak up and having your words, again, not just be moved on from, but acknowledged and moved on from, not just like, okay, sweep it and move on. You know, it's like, this is growth. We're acknowledging it, we're taking it into account, then things can proceed forward. You also, you know, this is also maybe preparing you to come up against the next layer, the next level of your life. Could be marriage for some of you, and there's a necessary trust and honest moment that goes down, and that vulnerability so clearly can either go one extreme for the better or for the latter. And it may not be the best way to find out, but it's best that you find out, and you will. And we'll talk more about it in the next part, Sagittarius. All information is below, and we'll see you next month.